Hey everyone, it's ScottSplains here, and today we'll be grasping at straws and drawing things out for over 10 minutes off a 2-second clip of the latest Smash Bros. Trailer, and this heap of speculation we stole from 4chan or Reddit. So if we look at this first shadow, actually, you know what? I think I'll do something that actually takes some effort. In Super Smash Bros., you see the lovable icons of Nintendo and others beat the ever-loving crap out of each other for next to no reason. Unless you want to dive into theories or whatever, but that's just dumb. The Super Smash Bros. Community is in fact a special one. You got multiple games, which makes multiple fan bases within a fan base, and you got developers that are pretty much just focused on trolling their players and making up dumb excuses for cutting corners and putting less effort into sequels. You got 64, Melee, Brawl, and 4. Each one is sort of different, but not really, and almost everyone can come together to admit that base Brawl is pretty garbage, and that's why people just play the modded versions instead, which is part of what I find weird about the Smash community. People love the games, but also hate them, and essentially want each one to be something else. Whether it's from the gameplay aspect or labeling it as an actual fighting game despite the creator outright saying it isn't. Ultimately, Smash is a party game. Sure, it's competitive and definitely takes skill to do well as opposed to something like Mario Party, but the game was designed around 4-player modes and party scenarios. It's kind of weird how often we seem to forget that. As I wrote this, I wound up thinking about the last time I played with items, a big staple of the series, and I really can't pinpoint when I last used it because I fell into the mindset of going hardcore and try hard whenever I play. Sure, 1v1s are fun and difficult depending on your opponent, but the games allow you to make more with them than what they directly offer. There are a slew of modes you can make only using set items or in-game rules, which I think is one of the reasons Smash is so beloved. One of my favorite modes is Smashketball. Using the stage editor, you construct something similar to this, with 2 large baskets facing directly down, and the rest of the stage blocked off, so the only way to score is to make a basket. You do this using the time limit rule set, and it's almost a different game. Yet despite this, the community seems more set on making more of the same. Let's just get into it, because whenever you hear the word Smash Bros, you'll probably hear in the distance someone question, Melee? Are we talking about Melee? Super Smash Bros. Melee is probably the most discussed of the Smash Bros. I could kind of understand it after the clusterfuck of Brawl, but even to this day it is still quite active. Fans have hacked every later installment of the game trying to make Melee HD or Melee 2, which I personally find odd. I've enjoyed all the Smash Bros, but I never really got into Melee because it kind of turned me off that as time went on, it became more focused on breaking the game rather than playing it. No matter what terms you want to throw on it, competitive matches is almost a glitch fest, and for the most part, only a few characters are used. Plus, there is no denying that the game is in fact broken. It was poorly balanced and a large amount of things just don't make sense. I think the main reason that Melee people don't want to adapt to future titles is more so based off of them being less able to exploit the game's flaws for their advantage. Not to mention, there's like zero reason to get into Melee nowadays. It's kind of just peaked. There's just the best players. You're not really gonna surpass them. Sure, some people have natural talent, but some of these guys have just been in it since Melee first came out. Yet to that effect, there is no denying that some of the combos you could string together were just stunning. Brawl was a joke and Smash 4 was basically down throw to up air for the most in-depth combo. Yet when you make a mod for Smash 4, why Melee HD? Why not something unique? Why not further the game you claim is stagnating?
Well, Scott, the reason behind people wanting to mod Smash 4 into having melee controls is so that they can play with all the new characters that are available in the newer game, without having to drop the unique wave dashing, L-canceling gameplay that they love so much in Melee.
LYTHERO, don't you fucking defend them, you ninny. They should be able to adapt.
Yeah, I know that's what it looks like, but one of the unique things about the Melee community is that despite it being such an old game, it's still got a huge thriving community. I think that allows these players to keep modding against the grain without jumping ship to the latest official title. So it's understandable that they'd want to keep things playing their way.
And fucking mod new characters into Melee.
It's not as accessible. Just let people enjoy things, Scott.
No. Communities and mods aside, let's get into the recent games. Smash or Trash, or Smash Wii U, or Fire Emblem featuring Smash Bros. The recent game did a lot to WoW. I know I personally had the biggest smile on my face when I watched the reveal of Mega Man. Something a big old fanboy like myself had been wishing for since I first played 64. Where else could you see something like this? It was a pretty good dream come true for a lot of nerds, myself included. Heck, I like Smash a lot. It might actually be my favorite base game. Prior to this, I really enjoyed the Project M mod, because I could string some stuff together and I didn't have to grow another finger in order to input all these limited frame actions to glitch stuff in order to be considered pro.
Funny you mention it, some pros have had to see doctors because of how messed up their hands get from high level practice. Not me though. I use a big boy's Xbox controller and my fingers are doing
Lee, you're not a pro.
Why are you like this?
Having friends scares me. Smash for me has always been a nice balance. It wasn't as stale as Brawl and not as broken as Melee. When it first arrived, I was doing pretty well in my matches, and even now I can at least do decent in most battles I have. Some of the things I thought were stupid, like the ledge game, became more accessible, and old bottom tier characters actually got to step up a little. The graphics and music were lovely. I liked the crisp visuals, and I know some liked it, but I didn't care for the somewhat gritty, almost realistic graphics of Brawl. They're Nintendo characters. For the most part, they're colorful and cartoony, that's what makes them Nintendo. But with the good you have a lot of what? Like hot diggity daffodil, what the hell was the decision to do this garbage 3DS and Wii U versions that need to match but not really? They have separate stages and modes because of the dumb rule, and the Wii U version lost out on multiple characters simply because the 3DS couldn't handle them. Ice climbers? Goodbye, the 3DS can't handle you, so even though you've been here since Melee, we gots to sell them 3DS systems. I love the 3DS stages too, and it's a big ol' shame I'm unable to play them on the Wii U version, which is basically all I play nowadays, cause come on now. Who plays any Smash with anything other than a GameCube controller?
Why the fuck did the 3DS get my F-Zero stage?
Because the 3DS is dead like F-Zero.
I'm not gonna say you're right.
Then you have the amazingly fun Smash Run mode, reminiscent of City Trial from Air Ride replaced with
Smash Tour!
The fuck is this shit? Neither modes are available online either, which is a big ol' letdown. The weirdest part is Smash Run elements exist in the Wii U version in the form of a secret boss. Oh, whoops, spoilers I guess, but if you haven't played it, you're bad, so I don't care. One of the features that I still think is rather interesting but almost never shown is the custom fighters you can make. It kind of falls back on the whole people view as some 1v1 super fighting game rather than a party game. Because yeah, some of the customizations you can make are just stupid. Like 40% off a back air Ganon or one-hit hammer Kirby. But that's part of the charm. You can have everyone be a broken OP pile of shit.
A lot of people just don't have time to study all the custom moves since it's such a rare occurrence for you to see them.
Not to mention they're basically locked behind RNG and farming them can be a chore.
Oh, you didn't farm them using Ganondorf for the target minigame?
Lee, RNG has never been a kind mistress to me. If video game RNG was a factor in my day-to-day life, I would have died many moons ago. You'd think the Melee community would eat that up since they're used to just playing the toppest of tiers. Speaking of tiers, as with any game, sure, if you wanna do well, use a crutch! You can always just pick the toppest tier character because more often than not, even if you aren't amazing, you can still do well.
Fight me.
Or you can be like fun people and pick characters regardless of their tier placing. I normally rep Mega Man, and he doesn't sit too highly on a tier list, but it feels tremendously better to beat someone with him than it would to cheese him with top tier picks. It's like, sure, in a boxing match, it's smart to box with your hands, but how satisfying would it be to knock a dude out by slapping him with your love handles? To that extent, even if you pick a top tier character, have fun with them. I love playing Diddy, but more so, I love to spam nuts and bananas along with bad puns.
Sorry for monkeying around. Hope this doesn't drive you bananas. This technique will make you nut.
So are you sure the asshole part of you is why you don't have friends, or could it maybe be...
Not here, Lee. Don't make me face reality here. That's what this game is supposed to be about. Fun. As with most games, if you do nothing but 1v1s and stuff, it'll probably grow tiring with a social circle. Hell, I know my old roommate stopped liking playing Smash with me because I learned their playstyle and knew how to whoop them. And all we ever did was 1v1, no items and flat stages. It's a game, and no one is better than you for preferring one title over the other. The only claims you can really throw down about choices here are in fact your character choices and what they say about you, because let's face it, when you can be a fat, garlic-chewing big boy that attacks by farting on people and you pick generic Animu Pretty Boy number 8, well, I'm sorry to say, but you might just have some garbage taste. And that includes Link, Lee. But I suppose it's understandable because in a way, half the roster is Animu. But for real, why does Bowser Jr. get 8 unique skins, and yet characters that have had multiple canon costumes just get some palette swaps? Roy, Lucina, and Marth should have just been one character with custom moves for each one. If you're gonna cram Fire Emblem down our throats, how about you give us a character from the series that doesn't use a damn sword? Like Hector! God! Smash confirmed trash! But who knows? Maybe they can fix the issues in...
So, for the next Smash game on Switch, could we get my boy Wonder Red?
I got got a bit of an important announcement. I actually became a partner on Twitch, and because of their exclusivity shiz, I probably won't be streaming on YouTube too much. I mostly stream Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, so be sure to follow me on there or Twitter to know exactly when I go live, or any changes. There's links in the description. Oh, I made a 10-minute video after making fun